Deciding what to do when you separate. When you separate from your partner, there are things you'll need to work out. The partner you're separating from could be your husband, wife, or civil partner, even if you're not divorcing or ending your civil partnership straight away. You need to have been married for at least 1 year before you can divorce or end your civil partnership. It could also be a partner you live with or have children with, but who isn't your husband, wife, or civil partner. When you separate from your partner, you might need to work out things like where your children will live and how often they'll see the parent they don't live with, where you're going to live, how to divide up any money or belongings you share, whether you'll be able to afford to pay the bills once you're living separately. If you're in the UK as a dependent on your partner's visa, you'll also need to check if you can stay in the UK on a visa after separation or a divorce. Don't feel pressured into a decision that's not right for you. You'll have a better chance of reaching an agreement if you wait until you're ready to talk. Agreeing your separation arrangements. You don't have to go to court to decide what to do when you separate unless you really can't agree with each other. It can be cheaper and quicker to figure out the arrangements yourselves, but even if you do agree, it's a good idea to talk to a solicitor. If you've got children, it's best to keep arrangements about children informal if you can. This is because courts normally won't decide who a child lives or spends time with if they think the parents can sort things out between themselves. This is known as the no order principle. However, you'll normally need to go to court if you're worried about your children's safety. You or your children have experienced domestic violence. Paying for solicitors. You'll usually need to talk to a solicitor at some point during your separation. To help keep your legal bills down, you should try to agree as much as you can with your ex-partner before you go to a solicitor. Read as much as you can about separation. You could look online or go to the library. Find out if any solicitors near you offer free advice. Ask your solicitor if they'll work for a fixed fee. This way, you'll always know exactly how much you'll have to pay. Read more about the help you can get with legal costs. You might be able to get legal aid to pay for mediation when you separate, but it's hard to get it for solicitors' fees, even if you're on benefits. You can usually only get legal aid if you or your children have been victims of domestic abuse. Domestic abuse includes controlling behavior, like stopping you from withdrawing your own money. If you're ready to end your marriage or civil partnership, you can start to divorce or dissolve your civil partnership if you've been married or in a civil partnership for at least 1 year. When you divorce, it will help if you and your ex-partner have already agreed what will happen to your children, money and property. The reason, also known as fact or ground, for your divorce or dissolution. If you don't agree, you might need to go to court so a judge can make a decision about what you should do. This is known as a court hearing. Find out how to end your marriage or end your civil partnership.